Hi, I'm Laura Bailey.
Oh, hello. I'm Travis Willingham.
And you're watching the Fans POV
at Anime USA
2013.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Fans POV from Anime USA 2013 in Washington D.C. I'm your host, Krissy Lawler, and with me are a familiar face, Sam. Say hi, Sam.
Hi. How's everyone?
And here's an old but familiar face, Jack Sparrow's little brother, Steven.
Hello.
He's so old.
I'm watching a bee.
Yeah, he's watching the bee that's been annoying us for the past like 5 minutes.
We've all been watching bees.
All right. We're not. This isn't the first time that we've been to Anime USA. Well, at least not me the show. But Sam, this is your second time.
No, it is actually my third time.
Oh.
I've been going every other year. I went in 2009. I couldn't afford it in 2010. Went back in 2011 with you guys. Then Sandy hit in 2012, and I said, I give up. and then I came here.
Yeah.
Now.
Now. Last year was supposed to be my first year, and then Sandy kind of screwed that
Sandy
up.
sucks.
Yeah.
I hate hurricanes.
And Steven, this is his first con in 6 years or 5 years.
How do we count from 2007?
6 years. 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
6 years.
6 years. I don't know. Yeah, I went to Anime Next in 2007. That was a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun too, but it's been a while.
I didn't even start going to A-Next till 2009. So that just goes to show you.
Yeah, I didn't start going. That was like by when I started going to Otakon. So it's like, wow, it's been that many years.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Yeah.
This is also a good time, but
Yep. And we kind of told Steven, you have to come. He's like, I don't know. No, you're coming.
He was required.
Yes.
He was basically required at this point.
Yep. So since this is our first time and you're kind of a veteran, any tips for new timers?
Tips for new timers. Well, the good thing about this convention is that. Do you want me to just hold it?
Yeah, you might.
I'm like, it kind of feels weird. The one thing I could say about new timers is that it is a good con to come to for new timers because it is a smaller convention. There's not as much of a trafficking issue in terms of walking around the convention and stuff. And this is a bigger venue than what it's been at for the last 4 years. Last year, this was their first time coming to this place, and now that I finally got to see the space, I realize it is that much bigger. So there's none of those issues. But other than that, just it's the same thing for every con. Just be courteous.
bring deodorant because there's a lot of smelly people, and nobody likes a smelly person. Back to Krissy.
Yep. Okay. Yes, that's a very important one, but that's a good one for all cons.
Considering that he hasn't been to a con since 2007, and that's the first thing he said.
Exactly. Yes. Deodorant, showering is your friend. Soap and water do not hurt you.
I love them, God.
A lot of people, they do better jobs, but there's one or two people that stink up a whole room, especially if they've either been in the game room playing DDR or if they've been in the rave.
I just want to also say that Krissy said doo-doo. And she was mentioning stuff about stinky stuff, so I thought it was, I had to mention it.
You're too much like your brother. All right.
Sorry, that just means that this video's gonna be great.
All right. We'll go on. We'll start our usual list of little topics. We'll do for expectations for the con. Before you arrived, what were you expecting out of the con?
Okay. What was I expecting? I actually don't know what I was expecting since I've been to it quite a few times. And I mean, I was expecting the new venue to be bigger, so I did get that, and that was great. And when I walked into the lobby, of course, was beautiful. But I guess I was expecting a little more organization. I was expecting it. I was expecting because they were in a new venue to be more on top of things. And we'll get into that later, but yeah, I was expecting it to just be a smooth convention. I didn't really have any like expectations for it since I've been to it, so I guess the person to go to would probably be Steven for this.
What do you had?
Honestly, I don't know if I was holding my expectations pretty high because I was thinking of Anime Next 2007 where I had like the blast of all time. And I mean, I had a lot of fun here too, but it was just I don't know. Well, I guess like you said, we'll get into it later, but like there was a lot of confusion. But I mean, 4 was a good panel, so that.
4 was. Oh man, I can't wait to talk.
We'll talk about 4 later.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I was thinking of how fun I had at Anime Next 2007. I still had a lot of fun here, but it was definitely different. It was a different like.
Okay. Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you.
All right. I guess my expectation was I expected this big venue with tons of thousands of people because that's what I'm used to is big cons. Really big cons lately, so I was expecting a lot more. But I was expecting to have fun. That was the main thing. I was not expecting to get sick the day before. I finally caught that cold that Montana had at Dragon Con. I finally freaking caught it. So.
As did now me and Sam.
No, I don't think you caught it yet.
No, I'm good actually.
No.
I took airborne. You did it.
Yeah, Sam's.
Fired airborne.
Okay, that's a tip.
Tip: every convention, bring airborne. Take at least 1 tablet before the con starts, and you should be okay. If you are rooming with a sick person, you take a tablet every night, especially when you're sharing a bed with that person.
That's why I always face the wall and not you, so I didn't cough on you.
I appreciated it.
That and hand sanitizer.
Even though hand sanitizer.
Yeah, I know, but they kind of work.
I know.
You know,
It makes your mental state feel better.
healthy habits.
Hand washing.
All right. Moving on, we'll go to first impressions. What was the first thing you thought of or hit you when you walked in?
Well, since we walked in at 1:45 in the morning, well, no, but that's part of it. It's part of the
venue.
The venue. So again, beautiful lobby. The whole hotel is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it's a great place for the cosplayers to take photos.
Minus the construction work.
Minus the one area of construction work, but this whole building that's behind us right now is stunning. That hallway is stunning. I got a great picture in it. And walking to press made you feel powerful. And then we got an amazing picture of Steven sitting in front of a desk that was like, it was great. As far as convention goes, I was really surprised about Friday. I have never been to a convention that starts at 1 p.m. And that was just panels. Everything else, but the dealer's room didn't open, I think, till 12 or 1.
Yeah, 1.
So
everything pretty much, dealer's room, artist alley, everything started at 1.
Yeah, everything started really late. So, and then since it started late, I figured, there's gonna be a lot of people showing up now. No, there was almost no one in the dealer's room. There was still dealers setting up. Half the artist alley was empty. There were people walking around in cosplay, but it was still just, it was empty.
Pretty dead.
And since it's a bigger venue, it felt even more empty than probably what it actually was. If we were in the other hotel in the Hyatt back in Virginia, it probably would have felt a little more full. But other than that, it was bizarre and actually a little eerie. That's the best description I can give of it.
Same thing? Or?
Yeah, when we got in at like 1:45 in the morning, and we were like completely like slap happy, like delusional. We don't know where we're going. It was classy as frig. I felt underdressed going in a Batman sleeveless shirt. I'm like, this is not right. But no, the place is really, really nice. And the only thing that, when like on Thursday, that like kind of didn't rub me the wrong way was the dealer's room entrance. It was like in the main, I guess, area.
Yeah.
Well, you expected it to be in the main area, and they wouldn't let you in that way, so you had to go through like You had to climb like a mountain and swim a river to get to. It was just that was a little weird,
Well,
but
luckily they changed that.
yeah, they changed it. But yeah, the first day was a little empty. I thought it got better though as the weekend progressed. But
And Epic Game Room.
oh yeah, the game room was like the best thing ever. All the games, first of all, the games were free, which was fantastic, and they had like every game imaginable. Because I don't think at Anime Next they had like DDR or. Okay, Sam wants to talk.
Yes, she always does.
The one thing about the game room that is
Well, we can talk about the game
Yeah.
room. I did.
well, it's part of the first impression
Alright,
because I was just like when I walked in and I saw like actual arcade machines as opposed to just stations. That made me go, oh, dang,
This is serious.
this is legit. So yeah, no, that was. I just wanted to.
I'm done.
All right.
Go ahead,
I guess
Krissy.
my presentation, like you guys, coming into the hotel Friday morning. It's really nice. It's like elegant. But that's because we're in D.C. Everything's got to look presidential, ambassador-esque. So that's going to be really nice. Yeah, I know. It doesn't sound right, but
I was like, wait, think about where we are in DC.
see, I know.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean
I know.
that. Yeah, I know. This is my impression. I don't get that much nice things. So but like Friday afternoon, like you said, I expected to have thousands of people, like tons of people here, and it was empty. Like for me, the whole weekend was like empty, because like I said earlier, I'm used to really big cons now, but definitely my first impression was definitely, wow, this is empty and quiet. Wow.
It was quiet.
Yep. All right. I would say we could go through pre-reg topic, but none of us had to. The line didn't seem that bad when I walked past it.
No.
But yeah, we kind of got the special badges, so I know we really can't go over that topic that much anymore because
They're usually really good. I mean, as someone that's waited on the pre-reg line here before, they're really good at moving people along. I did like, Krissy's still wearing it actually. They did, instead of having you have to take out your IDs for 18 plus panels, they gave you an age verified bracelet, which was
a few cons do that. Yeah.
I haven't been to as many, I guess, that have done that before, or at least they're just starting to do it now at cons like these. So I thought that was a really, really great and fast idea to get people in. As long as they had their bracelet, they were good. They wouldn't let you in otherwise. They didn't want to look at your ID. They just wanted you to go grab a bracelet.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker to do the bracelet than the ID. But yeah, we'll skip over the pre-reg, so because I don't think you remember anything about pre-regging. All right, here's the topic that's going to be everyone aggravated is panels. As we get more panelists. Hi, Dustin.
Steven, say where you are.
All right.
Fashionably like always.
Yes,
This way.
Steven's always fashionably late.
Yeah, stay right there, Krissy.
I'm
move
Steven.
over.
I'm sorry.
Yes, go. We're playing musical chairs.
Yes.
And you get, keep going.
I can't go any close. I can't go any closer to Steven.
Someone's lap.
Okay.
Dustin, now move over a little bit more.
No, we can't. The chairs can't get any closer.
Chairs are connected.
All right.
So,
Come here. Come here.
can you move it
Yeah,
back?
lean in, there you go. Look intellectual.
Yes. Dustin is always fashionably late
With my subtle hat.
or overly early for being late. I don't know. All right.
It's one of those weird things.
Okay, we're gonna go talk about panels. So, did anybody actually go to any panels?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just making sure because we all have
didn't go to
problems.
Me and Captain never go to panels. It's
Yeah,
a,
you
it's a
never go to
tradition.
panels.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you talk about your panels.
Well, Friday, I was supposed to go to 2 panels, both of which got canceled. Chocobo Ate My Baby was canceled. I really wanted to go to that. You guys have been to it before, but I have not, and I really wanted to go. And yeah, no one showed up, and then we looked at the schedule today, and oh, look at that. There it is. I guess they rescheduled it and didn't tell anyone, and the guidebook app didn't update till
No, I saw
now.
the guidebook.
Anyway, so Chocobo Ate My Baby was canceled, and Guess Uncensored, which is a really big AUSA panel, what they do is it's an 18 plus panel. They invite in the guests, and they basically just go, have fun, and they canceled it because of technical difficulties. All right, No rescheduling, no nothing. That was just completely canceled. Saturday, what did we do yesterday?
Yeah, right.
I don't even know what I did yesterday.
Hey, dude.
This bee has been sitting here for the last.
Got
Gender,
my hair. I swat on my way.
gender and sexual harassment.
Yeah, me and Krissy went to
This organization, 13 members were running it. It was basically about sexual sexuality and harassment it was started off mainly a con, but then it went to broader spectrum, just about how people there are those jerks out there that like to harass people for no reason, and how people can handle it, and how, if, say someone tried to bother my friend Dustin, if I wasn't his friend and I saw it happening, step in, do something.
Yes.
Yeah.
except for right now when I just like caress his shoulder.
See something, say something, do something. Yeah.
MTA.
yeah, MTA.
And then after before that though, I went to Whose Line Is It Anime,
Yeah.
which was awesome.
That's back.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was a really great.
God, I didn't realize that.
It was in a small room, but the whole room was filled, and it was really great. I got some footage from that, and it was really special. I did a lot of really awesome suggestions, and they took them all. One of the games was that they had to take different genres and act them out through a mundane task, and I had recommended Spanish soap opera, Sharknado, just because Sharknado, it's its own genre, and I don't remember what else I did, but I did participate actively, and it was a lot of fun. And if you like Whose Line Is It Anyway, it's the perfect thing to go to. And who doesn't like that show? Yeah, you can't not.
You'd be a jerk to not like that show.
Exactly. I was supposed to go inside the voice actor studio, ended up canceling that. Well, they didn't cancel it, but I ended up not going to it. And we went to the burlesque show, which was, I have a couple of friends that perform in it, but I want Stevens to take over.
It was thebomb.com. I don't know. Can I say things about it? Is that like allowed? My God, it was
Don't
great.
get too descriptive.
It's like my childhood. It turned me from a boy to a man. As Uncle Yo said.
Yes, Uncle Yo.
Seeing Sailor Moon do those dances was just great. It was a good time. It really was. I mean, and the crowd was really fun.
And it was tasteful.
Yeah, it wasn't like dirty disgust. Like it was tastefully done. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. And no, the show was really good. And apparently our show was better than Friday's show.
Yes.
So that's cool. So that's the thing that happened. Oh, and Rufio was awesome.
Yeah.
As was Loki. Well, Loki. Can I even say what Loki did?
Yes, you can.
Swallowed a dagger and then popped it back out of the mouth and it freaked me out, man. And but it was awesome. And Loki's one of her friends. And also Lust.
Oh my God.
Can I get a hello? How you doing? Can I get a hello?
I found out
What?
she actually does burlesque professionally.
Oh, really?
And that she just started with this troupe.
Oh, she did a great job. And yeah, the whole show was awesome, and it was funny. Uncle Yo was hilarious. I don't know, it was really good. I loved it a lot.
That was the big.
Did you go to anything else?
Saturday.
Yeah, I also went to with Ernie. I went to the gentleman's panel. How to be guide to being a sophisticated gentleman, and it was hilarious. Everyone should go to it. I think they said they're going to be at Katsucon, so if you're going to Katsucon,
I think they did Katsucon last year too, I think.
it's hilarious.
We all
It's
went to Anime Parliament.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Anime Parliament got kind of ridiculous, but
We couldn't stay through the whole thing.
it was great though. It got to like stupid o'clock, and there was like
It started at stupid o'clock.
no, there was one though. I don't know if Krissy was there. The one with Sharknado.
Yeah, no, you weren't at that.
Oh my
one.
God,
You were saying
hilarious.
Sharknado was produced by Disney. Yeah, the big case was they were following up a case. Actually, I think it was from Otakon. Is that what they said it was from?
Possibly.
That they were trying to prove that Sharknado was in fact produced by Disney. The results were interesting, to say the least. I don't remember the exact outcome because it just made me go, "What happened?"
That's them, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of course, this organization 13 was great as always. And
Yeah.
so, how was that webcomic? panel.
Don't get him started.
All I wanted to do at this whole con was go to this how to create a webcomic panel. Okay? I was told it was at 7 o'clock at the opening ceremony. And I'm waiting, and I don't see it on the app. I don't see it on the map. I went to a person, and they're like, oh, I don't know. It's not there. And they're like, oh, it's in the educational section of the panel. So it's like, okay. So I go over there, and it's nowhere to be found. And then some girl puts up a paper saying, like the schedule of whatever's in that room. And it said, how to make a webcomic, 5:30 to 7. I'm like,
What'd you do?
why, when was this changed? And they're like, oh, it was changed like a couple of minutes ago. I'm like, how is it a couple of minutes ago? It was it's an hour and a half later. They're like, oh, sorry, yeah, you missed it.
Take that back from him.
I'm just gonna head and.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's okay, bro. Okay.
I was upset.
Yeah, she was upset. Yeah, that's pretty much the only panels I went to is the
Gender one.
the gender one, Anime Parliament, and I didn't pop in. I almost missed it. Was the best of spoilers, Disorganization 13. Those guys are always fun. We're being
The tree is mad now.
trees attacking us with acorns.
Squirrel.
Squirrel's like, get the fuck out of here, then.
Yeah, we're being attacked by acorns. Yeah, Disorganization.
Expecting that.
Disorganization 13 is always they no holds bar with those guys. Thank God most of their panels are always 18 plus.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Main events would be like the Masquerade. Ernie went to that. Was it fun, Ernie?
Thumbs up. Thumbs
It
It was
wasn't.
okay.
It wasn't sponsored by Panel 4.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sorry. We have to talk about 4
Okay, go.
because
greatest.
that was the most mind-blowing panel
God.
I have ever been to in my life.
I had to smoke a couple packs of cigarettes at the panel floor.
I know,
I
right?
don't even smoke.
What? I missed all of that.
What?
I was like, so should we actually explain 4? Okay, so the guidebook app is really awesome when it wants to be. Apparently, when they had started to load in the panels into the guidebook app, on Friday there was a panel called the 4, the number 4. After looking through the guidebook, I think I figured out what it was supposed to be and that it got moved or changed or whatever. But
panel room 4.
was there a room even listed for it? Does anyone? No, there was no room listed for it. There was no description. There was no nothing. It was just 4. So it was then a running joke at Anime Parliament that 4 was the greatest panel that Anime USA has ever done in their entire existence of being Anime USA.
It's a great time.
So
Then Anime Parliament then decided that next year they will not do Anime Parliament panels. They will just do a panel named 4, and when panel starts, just random.
yeah, that's basically what it comes down to. And I'm okay, and I'm gonna go to it
Yeah, same here.
because 4 is fantastic. It makes you puke rainbows.
Amen.
It does. Okay,
All right.
there you go.
All right. Well, pretty much the only we didn't go you didn't go to the concert because the part burlesque show took precedence.
Yes, the burlesque show did take precedence. Mainly again because my friends are in it. I like showing moral support. But the concert, based on what we were able to hear from the other side, was okay. It sounded like every other J-rock band that usually comes, unless they're have something really special about
I
them.
just felt bad. It got
Yeah, apparently.
crowded and then it was empty.
Well, Steven walked by the room and then.
Well, the first time I walked by the room, it was crowded and it was great. Everyone was cheering. And then, when we walked by the room to go into the burlesque show, empty. And they're still performing. And I felt really, really bad about it. But
I have a feeling that it was an encore.
yeah, but
And that people left after the initial.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, because that's sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, there you go.
Well, we did peek in at the rave. I will say that is the smallest group of people I've ever seen at a rave.
Well, didn't
like,
you go at 2:00 in the morning?
Yeah, but that's what
Yeah, but that's when it should be most packed.
think so?
Well, was it packed when you were in there?
Not at all. No, it was around 12. I went in, and then I went back around 1-ish, I guess. And it was basically about the same amount of people. Only the front, 8 rows of people. If they were rows of people, that's all there was. And there's maybe a couple scragglers goofing off in the back.
Were the DJs even good?
Friday nights was no. They had the Friday night was rave. The first half of the rave was just the music was bad. The guy would stop the track and explain what he did and what he mixed, and you were like, don't care, just keep going.
Who does that?
And then exactly. And then Saturday's rave was pretty good. The music was good. No big deal. Nothing really. Nothing like mind blowing, but it was fun. The only thing I did not like was they had babysitters in the rave. They had guys with the security of the mics and walking around like zigzagging through the rave for whatever purpose that served.
That I could see at other cons like Otakon where they don't allow, and then a lot of them they don't allow photography and all that because who knows what's going on during the rave and people get exploited and all that. So they probably wanted to make sure no one was doing anything, and especially after what happened in Anime Boston,
That was a big one.
where drugs were involved.
There's always some kind of drug involved.
No.
Yeah.
But it ended up turning into we'll tell you later. But
Yeah.
it ended up turning into
It got bad.
huge
So they're probably being very precautious, making sure no one's doing anything illegal or that could hurt each other. So that's probably what it is.
Especially since they're a smaller con.
Yeah, it's a small con. But I have to say the 1 or 2 times I've been to the rave at Otakon, this was probably not even a drop in the bucket compared to Otakon.
No, not at all.
Like I said, it was basically the 5 of us going there was in reference to Otakon would be everybody out here right now, and then AOC is like us 5 dancing. Yeah. And it was like a weird high school dance that nobody wanted to go to. Everybody's like, this is so awkward, and then we start dancing, and then the security's like, hey, and you're like,
What?
sorry man, I'll keep 2 feet apart. And it's like, okay. It's just the music was fun, and of course I danced with Krissy, over there, and that was fun. Hi Krissy.
Say hi. Yeah, you can say hi.
Whatever. Yeah. We just talk about the rave.
Just say hi in here.
Hello. Oh.
There she is. All right, but we said but we danced and it was fun.
Yeah, it was
All right.
boring.
What's
It was boring.
All right.
All right.
First impressions.
next question?
Yes. All right. We'll move on now. All right. Now the next big things with most cons we'll start with is the dealer's room. All right. We'll go in this direction now, since now we can get everybody involved in the conversations.
Yes.
All right, Steven, dealer's room. What'd you think?
7.
What?
I don't know. It just random number.
Why, B? Get away from my face. I thought it was fun. Actually, everyone in there was really cool. There was this one human being in there. She knew how to sell her stuff, and I bought her stuff. And all the stuff was really cool. I don't know. I liked everything in there, and I just liked a lot of the all the sellers. They were just chill, and that was nice. But yeah, this one girl, God, wait, no.
You can't even keep a straight face. That's
No,
so
no. I was trying to think of her her
Name?
the business name.
Oh, business name.
I know the name.
Chris-
I don't know the business name.
Kristen Victa.
Yeah, something like that.
Kristen Victa Designs with a Z. She does a lot of steampunk stuff, and it's really, really cool. And I know she has an Etsy. I mean, even if she wasn't a beautiful woman, her stuff is really, really good. And yeah, I really like that a lot. And also that's the dealer's room. I'll just stick with that. But yeah, it was good. Everyone was cool.
All right. Did you buy anything besides from her?
Besides from her?
in just the dealer's room.
No, actually, it's funny. I looked at some of the yen prices. I can get these cheaper in Japan.
Yeah, that's the only problem. Steven can buy everything in the dealer's room cheaper in Japan. All right, what about you, Sam?
Alrighty. Well, actually, today I bought something and I have it with me.
Alpaca. No.
Yeah. Okay. Don't even talk to me about the alpacas, because Des still has one for me. But I ended up buying an Edward Kenway figure from Anime Castle, even though I know they're right around the corner from us. The main reason actually being, besides the figure looking pretty detailed, the face is a little off, but the coats and stuff are really great, and they come with extra weapons and things. At the bottom, you get to unlock something for when the game comes out, and that actually
fantastic.
I get the Kenway family sword, so I'm super stoked right now.
That's
And
fantastic.
I'm going to be playing that game so hardcore when I get back from Disney. But yeah, so I got that. I got fitted for a corset finally. Finally. It took way too long. And yes, and Steven watched my boobs just get lifted.
Appreciate just the corset place so much.
It's nice.
It's a nice little stand. They're wonderful. It's the pretty colors.
Right next to the pretty girl.
Yeah, that was also like
Eliza Thornberry. Her name's Eliza, so I call her Eliza Thornberry from the
Well, what did you think of the dealer's room?
okay. The dealer's room as an actual whole thing. I've only been to one dealer's room.
New to that, I'm joking.
One dealer's room smaller than that, which was at Manga Next 2008. That was called the dealer's closet. That was not the dealer's room. It was one teeny room that had a couple of vendors, and that was it. Here, they were spread out in a big room.
Maybe
but
the dealer's studio.
yeah, you know what? No, that's good. I'm gonna call it the dealer's studio, and there were basically every vendor. It's the usual vendors. There wasn't really anything new or inspiring that made me go, I need it now. Other than the Riku and Sora Tron figures that both me and Krissy were sitting there going, I need it.
And I have it.
And someone bought them. You're not allowed to talk. You're just.
All right, but yeah, what did you think of the dealer's room?
That was good.
Obviously,
It
you
was.
made a killing.
Yeah. I did. I even got the swordfish, which is the Spike Spiegel's ship in Cowboy Bebop, the model. I saw that. It wasn't that much. Yeah, I know. I don't ever spend that much money at the cons, but I spend a lot more than I typically do. I got that, and I got Riku, of course, which it was like, that's it. I'm picking it up. It was, you know what? I feel like this con had better quality
agree with that.
places versus like just having places. I felt like they actually like, okay, these people actually have nicer stuff, and I didn't go one place. I was like, wow, I actually want one thing. If I had to look, I could probably find one or two things I'd want in every single stand. It was really cool.
I could agree with that. It's just, it's a lot of the same stuff still. So it's like, oh, well, I know that this vendor goes to this con all the time, and I'm going to that con. So, oh, yeah, I'll just pick it up there when I go. You know, right now I don't have the money to buy a corset, but the next time I go to a con, I'm probably going to end up picking up one.
Yeah.
I really like that long line.
And represent Sanchi, George, all the way.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It was small, but then like I keep saying, I've gotten so used to the big cons now that these little venues, these little dealers' rooms, really are like, oh, that's it.
And not that they're bad, just that the selection is less, so you feel like
like you said, we've gone to so many cons. I see the same stuff at every dealer, and it's like, okay, I already have that. It's cute, but I don't know what it is. And I've seen all these all everywhere.
The other problem is that when the dealer's room is that small and they end up selling the same stuff, you're just kind of like, oh, well, I just saw this at this booth and it was the same price, or they're not doing any deals on it, so maybe I'll go back to, which is good for competition.
Oh yeah.
In terms of like them actually selling their stuff, and then for us to be like, oh, well, we could get a deal if we buy two of them together, so yay.
Yeah.
But then you realize, oh wait, it's the same price.
Yeah. So I bought a couple of things. I got a cell phone charm. I got an Eevee.
Nice.
He's so cute.
And I bought a few things. I bought a manga.
Tokyo Babylon. Good
Tokyo
manga.
Babylon. Yep. I think I bought like one or two other things. I didn't buy too much in the deals room. I spent most of my money
in the
Artist Alley.
Wow.
Yeah.
I usually buy like one art, but I think it was like 12 art this year.
Yep. Tell us about your
Good
art.
thing we weren't into the support group again. All right, we'll move on to the Artist Alley because there wasn't too much on the deals room. So you can start with the Artist Alley.
Oh, yeah. I usually get like a picture or two, and the joke is I never put them up because I never put them up, but I'm going to. And but I went to the Artist Alley, and I was like, this is good quality stuff also. I was like, dang it. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna look around, scope it out, pick the things I really want, and I walked out, I was like, 13 new pieces of art. Fantastic. It's never gonna end up anywhere on my walls.
I have the Anime 16th Chapel on my ceiling. All my wall scrolls are up there, and then I use my door for my art.
I haven't have wall scrolls I gotta put up too. But as I actually saw a couple different artists that I don't see too often, and that was really cool. The only one I didn't get that I really wanted to get, I ran out of money. That was it. I had like $6.
I has no cash.
I know.
I has no card.
I had $6 and I worked my butt off to try to like talk to them. But it was Zero from Borderlands 2, and it had like a quote on the top, and it was like the it was perfect. And I was like, no, the only one I didn't get.
And what do you think about the artist alley?
Well, as a person that has a lot of friends that are artists, I love spending my money in the artist alley because I know it goes back to them. And not through any kind of corporate or anything, which really, these people work so hard to get their stuff printed. So I had no problem spending money in the artist alley at all. I bought quite a few prints. I bought a Persona 3 print. My favorite print, though, is still the Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts.
All the Square Enix ones.
Yeah, it's the Square Enix print, and it says wiggle, 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 yeah, and it's them like all dancing in their underwear, and it's chibi, and it's really cute.
That's pretty fun.
And Sephiroth still looks like a Bamf, even in chibi form.
Especially with the
Not
sunglasses.
surprised.
And with the sunglasses, yeah. I bought, and then I bought the Heartless and the cat print just now. And I bought a t-shirt. I bought an amazing t-shirt that has a little Sir Kitty on it, and it says like a purr. And it has a little top hat and a monocle, and it's so cute. And I can't wait to wear it when I get home.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, all my cash, all the cash I had went into the artist alley and then some. So it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
And I still want to buy stuff. I took so many cards this time around. And again, like you said before, Dustin, that there are a lot of artists that I don't normally see. Though there is one that I always go to. They sell the badges, like the fan badges, the fandom badges. I buy from her all the time. Yes, this is one of them. I buy from her all the time.
Her name's Dusty.
She's amazing.
I bought a few from her.
She's a sweetheart. I met her a million New York anime festivals ago, and then I went out to YaoiCon 2010, and I saw her there, and I just had to keep going, and it was just, I was hooked on badges.
But before it gets too far away, I want to make a quick comment. I'm glad that the Artist Alley got a better rap than last year, and I have a friend who does the art for that's not even her stand, and we call her Disney Girl because she draws a lot of the Disney princesses, and she drew the a Marshall Lee picture, and then she drew the How Much Brother picture. It's like legendary. It's like if you saw her work, you'd know exactly who it is. And she couldn't come. She was like, we were in a hole in the wall. No one came to us, and I can't justify going back. And I was like, no, you gotta go. And she just couldn't come.
Can we also talk about how the Disney Grumpy Cat guy was here?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The Disney Grumpy Cat guy was here, and that made my day. Moving on. Go.
All right. What'd you think about the artist alley?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was going to get a booth for this artist alley, but the only reason why I didn't was because I just wanted to see how it was, because I didn't know how people really did anything, So I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was awesome. Well, like you said, that it goes right back into the artist's pockets, because we do put a lot of work, put a lot of effort into our work, So it's great that there's no middleman involved. So I think that's just awesome. It's just thebomb.com, and not only that, but everyone was super talented. I didn't see anybody everything there was awesome. There was at every booth that I went to, there was 3 or 4 things I wanted to get, but thankfully they all have business cards and a website, so I could purchase them later. But yeah, it was awesome, and hopefully it definitely gave me some insight on how people run things at the Artist Alley, so I would like to open one maybe at KatsuCon. I think that's the next one I'm gonna go to, so yeah.
All right, man.
All right.
We are now family.
Yes.
Captain, my other brother
Had another
had another brother, and then I found out it's him, and I'm like, all right, now I have another brother, man. It's awesome.
I really did like the artist alley, like you guys said. That's where I spent all my money. I think it's also what it is with the artist alley. You can find things you can't find in the deals room, like that one show you like that you can never find anything in the deals room, and then you find custom art that you're like, oh my god, I love that style, or I love the way they portrayed it, or the personality in the art. Also, you can find things like I got a Sailor Jupiter compact.
Yeah.
It's like you would not find that in the dealer's room.
No.
The artist alley, you find even not just art, but products and
Things that
items,
ones.
stuff that you want. Why isn't this mass produced in the dealer's room? This is something special, like clothing.
Some of the art was legit.
Yeah.
It looked like it was the actual artist's
Oh,
work,
yeah.
It was awesome.
So
Oh no, I have a few of those. Yeah, I got plenty. I guess I got plenty of art, and I got a couple of them. I was like, you got to get them. It was just too cool.
I'm also very, very, very susceptible to pins. So I got a few of those.
Aren't we all?
She goes to PA, Pins Anonymous.
Yeah, Pins Anonymous.
I graduated from there, but
Yeah.
I'm still at AA, Arts Anonymous. So.
Yeah, we all are. Yeah, I got a lot of pins. I got a couple pieces of art. I actually found a couple of decent DC art, and that's I'm surprised at an anime con. I bought tons of them at Dragon Con, but I was surprised at how nice the DC stuff here. So I got a couple of those.
And the other thing is too is that like how we were saying before, how it's always the same stuff in the dealer's room.
Yeah.
It's always different in the artist.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you'll see the couple of artists that bring back their usual prints. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like
Their
that really,
popular stuff.
Like that really big artist that's always
Yeah.
at every.
Yeah, it's just a
convention.
little bug.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I think I know which one you're talking about. She's always at every con. She'll have a booth in the art alley
she has
and in the dealer's room.
And she has really big prints. Like
Oh, yeah.
and they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, and also I said to Ernie, what you also notice is, I noticed the difference between the artwork at an anime con and the difference at like Dragon Con. The anime con's gonna have a lot of more fan service and chibi and bright colors. While when we were at Dragon Con, you notice a lot of more realistic styles, the comic book characters, and they're gonna be more like masculine and sexual, yes. Unless you're at an anime con and it's yaoi, then it's definitely gonna be
It's
sexual.
all about the
yeah.
sexual.
It's all about the sex.
No problem with the realistic Hugh Jackman and shirtless. I have no problem with that personally.
No one does. Who does?
I'm comfortable to say that out loud. I mean,
All right. The biggest thing at cons, cosplayers. Did anybody notice any kind of like trends or pet peeves with the cosplayers this year?
There were like an unexpectedly like high amount of Sailor Moon stuff. I feel like that didn't happen again, that was like 6 years ago. But that was like at Anime Next. I never saw that many, and there's so many different variations of it. Like
Oh, welcome back to the con world.
you say I was about to say, man, they go through like the ones that will live forever, like the Sailor Moon.
Dragon Ball Z.
Like Dragon Ball Z, they go through cycles, and Sailor Moon is gonna have its complete reboot again, and it's one of those things where they're probably gearing up, and it came back on the ocean again. It's riding out the wave again of popularity.
Yeah.
Not that it's not amazing.
Yeah, no, I was like, what? You know?
It surprises me too. Don't worry.
Yeah, I was like, what? And then, I mean, I guess for me too, they were just all the cosplayers this time around. There was just a lot more intricate like work done. Like when I went in 07, I was like, meh, you know. So that was kind of cool. I don't know, they were really cool, and I actually really liked. Okay, there was two. The Sailor Moon that was like in mid transformation. She was first of all, she was just a cool human being, and she was just like, she was just awesome, and the cosplay was really good. And the second thing was there was a Mary Poppins, but like the Mary Poppins, okay, she's this sweet little bubbly, and she had her little umbrella, and it was just great. She was adorable as frig. And then all of a sudden, like an hour later, that's a lie. It was probably like 2 or 3 hours later, she turned into like an undead.
She turned into the witch from Dead Rising, or what?
Left 4 Dead.
Left 4 Dead. That's what it is.
That's funny.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely
And
horrifying.
she was dressed as the bride.
Grace is a really good witch for Left 4 Dead.
Oh yeah.
She scares people. We go to a thing in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania called World Zombie Day,
Do you just
and it's
sit
like
in the
it's like a
corner
charity
and cry
event, and she walked around like crying. People were like, "That's actually really good," and then she just like screamed at people, and you're like, "Oh God, no!"
Thank you. That's their way of saying thank you.
Yep. It was great.
I know. What about you? What did you think?
Oh, I already know.
I was so happy. Can we talk about the Merida, please?
That when we talk about our favorite cosplayers.
Okay.
Just talk about cosplayers in general right now.
All right, I'm gonna be good and not go into my ADD tangent of how adorable she was, but whatever. Yeah, no, cosplays in general this year were. I saw a really great bunch this year. It was variety no, it was. Yeah, you were so wonderful.
I was playing.
Once in cosplay.
Yeah, as Hal.
No,
that is here.
not that he was.
No, not
Walking
this
Dead.
year. Oh
was
yeah,
Rick
Walking-
Grimes.
but I saw you as Hal too, so, and you were a great Hal always.
Thank you. My hair's gonna be back out again for that.
It was really a great variety of cosplayers this year, all from the novice to the advanced. There were some really great advanced works this year. It might just be me. Does anyone think Heroes of Cosplay might have had something to do with the quality this year?
I don't think so. I think the quality. I've noticed that the quality of cosplay has improved long before Heroes of Cosplay
Okay,
came out.
good.
yeah.
Okay, I just want to make
I
sure.
think just in general, as the years go on, people just step up their game.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'll. You know, I guess the only I can think of off the top of my head is me and Captain. We always me and Captain. Back when I started, I had shiny silver pants and a crappy white coat. Captain had a Renaissance Festival shirt, pants, and a somewhat
Party City wig.
wig, and then we go from that, and then we go from crappy foam ones to wooden ones, and then we went to it. Just I think as the years go by, and ASA's been around for a while, and I think it just time just moved forward.
No, I agree. That's how my Sora started. My Sora started on Halloween of 2007, where I couldn't bind, and I just grabbed a pair of pants and I sewed on something onto a shirt, and I
remember
bought
those versus the ones you're like you work hours on, and then you're like I hate this thing, and you remember like man, my shiny pants were more fun than I was doing that. Than I was doing.
Right. Okay, it's not just me. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But yeah, no, good variety from novice to advanced, and. I didn't see an abundance of anything in particular other than Sword Art Online, just because Adult Swim started showing it. So I knew that was going to be an influx of the main character, and I definitely saw at least like 10 of them this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and of course Kingdom Hearts also because of
1.5.
Beautiful.
I know, isn't it?
I cried a little bit.
I did cry. I was in tears for an hour.
I screamed in the car at least once, and some guy came up to me. I was like ah! In the car, I was like, ah!
But my dad came upstairs when I was playing the game.
Anyways,
Tears.
I saw obviously as fandoms go through and popularity goes up. I saw a ton of free.
Yeah.
And I say that with that inflection for somebody out there, and that if they ever see this, we'll laugh at that. But and Attack on Titan, of course, Shingeki, something that I can't think of.
Yeah, Attack on Titan.
But besides those two, the popular ones that everyone's gonna cosplay as for the sake of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with the free cosplayers.
I know.
They're
fun.
beautiful.
Yeah. Gender bend ones are always fantastic. Mhm. Who knows?
What is
Who
that?
knows?
The bathing
ladies.
suit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I saw a bunch. There was one I saw, and I haven't seen this cosplay in probably like 6 years. I saw somebody cosplay as Fiona from Zoids. Not
Really?
like blonde hair. Zoid. I was like, one second, I know your name. It's Fiona. And she's like, thank you. You're the only human being this entire weekend that knew who I was. And I was like, how could they not? You're Zoids.
I got that at Sakura Matsuri when I cosplayed as Yoji from Vice Cross.
Yeah.
They were like, are you cosplaying Yoji? It's like a late 90s anime that no one's ever heard of. And and they're like, oh, so good.
Yeah. And I saw a couple cool ones that really stood out, but not like the main one was, especially that one. I don't know why. Maybe because I saw her a couple hours ago, but still, it was just cool.
All right. The only thing I didn't know is unfortunately, like the couple of shows that you mentioned, I don't know them. So to me, I was just a bunch of random cosplayers. The only thing that I really saw a lot of was I did see quite a bit of Sailor Moon, and the other one was Attack on Titan because I recognize it, even though I've never seen the show.
Naked Titans, how do you
Well, no, even the ones in the uniforms, because that's a group cosplay. Because you have to have at least 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. It's kind of like our one of when Kingdom Hearts was cool. At that
Kingdom
point
Hearts is still cool.
not in popularity. But the point is cool. You see a black robe, everyone automatically thinks of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So just like that,
Yeah.
Shingeki has that uniform.
Which, like you said, actually, I've seen a bit more Kingdom Hearts cosplays than I have seen in a while. But I think it might have to do with the fact that 1.5 just came out and the fact that they announced the 3 finally.
We'll
fandom about we'll freak about that another time.
We're gonna cry a little bit, just so you guys know.
All right. So then we're gonna come to this is favorite cosplayer, and if you are a cosplayer, you can't pick yourself. All right. So Stephen.
Just for you, because I didn't
Favorite
cosplay this
cosplayer?
week.
Yeah, favorite cosplayer.
Oh no. I don't know. I have so many of them.
I obviously have to.
Well, I'm not gonna. I really liked in current transformation Sailor Moon. She was really cool. I also like the little cute Merida, but I'll save that for Sam because my heart melted out of my ass for that girl. She was so cute. Little Daisy, little Princess Daisy.
I know mine.
Oh, she was so cute. Oh,
Okay, I know my two then.
Oh yeah, a lot of good children's cosplay.
There's just so many good ones, but I don't want to say them all because they all have favorites. But I guess one of my favorites. Okay, yeah, it was definitely the in mid-transformation sandwich. That was just such a different. You never see that.
Yep.
And I thought it was really cool.
All right, Sam, go ahead, rant.
That little Merida. Oh my god.
This big.
She stole my heart, sucked out.
Apparently, she melted quite a few people's hearts.
Just sucked out any life I had from it, Disney life back into it, and put it back in my chest. She was just.
I convulsed.
I saw her Saturday morning before any of them even got to see her. I took a picture of her and I let her know, I'm like, listen, I'm part of a press group called the Fans POV. If I find you later, I just want to let you know we might want to film you. And she ate my soul. She really did. That's the best. And of course, I ran into a great Kingdom Hearts group from Kingdom Hearts 1, Sora, Riku, and Kairi.
I did see the Sora. That was really cool.
They were just here. They were actually dressed as Panty and stalking the cheerleaders.
Sam was so happy because of the wig.
The wig was perfect. And
Wasn't the best was like not even 2 minutes before we saw them, she was ranting about if she saw one more bad Sora wig, she was gonna freak.
That's why I'd rather have my hair straightened, kind of emo-ish, versus the bright yellow wig for Rocks. I'd rather have some kind of.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. I found them and they
made a friend.
Because they live near us.
Yeah, they live
so I'm like, yay, friendship is magic. But those were definitely the two that stood out for me. Of course, I can't sit there and say I love Dez's Loki because that's biased, but I always did.
Yeah.
And I think that was really it in terms of cosplay for me that really stood out. That one. That bodysuit, what was that from that we filmed? Oh, from Tiger and Bunny.
Tiger and Bunny, yeah.
Barnaby, is that his name?
Barnaby, yep.
She was cosplaying as him, and that came out phenomenal. And the fact that the lights had modes, that was great. What about you? Go ahead.
Oh yeah. There were three I enjoyed, and it's from Zelda, Majora's Mask. There was this character named Anju. And she was walking around, and not only was she a great Anju, she actually had the second engagement mask, and I just lost. I was like, I've never seen that before. I've been going since 2004, and I've never seen that cosplay, and I hugged her and everything, and I've hugged I don't hug very often to cons, like when I don't tackle them, like maybe like 1 or 2 people. I saw 2 groups, and besides you guys, but I love you guys. I saw 2 groups, and it was the Heartless Mushrooms. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They brought them back. That was fantastic. Yeah. And then I got caught a picture last night. They had every Tenchi Muyo girl in a group, and they looked exactly like them. It was just awesome. I looked at my phone, my iPod to double check which pictures I took, and I saw them, and I was like, when I was walking, I was like, hey, look, that's Washu and Ryoko. I was like, there's no way there's oh my God, there they all are. And it was just those.
They also re-released that on DVD recently.
That was so cool. Yeah, those 3 probably.
All right, I'll let you talk before I do mine.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if this counts as cosplay, but well, I guess it kind of does. The maids in the maid cafe.
So adorable.
They were cute as they were great. They were great, and we filmed some of them. And Ernie let me take a picture with them, so that was the highlight of all the things.
Okay. All right. I guess I couldn't say that one particular cosplay like, oh my God, that's awesome. But I did like the fact that I guess my favorite group though was this Yu Yu Hakusho group. They literally walked around the whole weekend, and I ran into them like 15 times, and you could always hear them coming because they had the boombox playing the Yu Yu Hakusho music, not just the theme song, but like the soundtrack. So I even said in the deals room earlier, I'm like, as they were walking past, I'm like, why do I hear Yu Yu Hakusho music? Up there they are. The best was when I went to take the picture, and the one was
Kuwabara.
Yeah, Kuwabara was holding it up, and my camera wouldn't do the flash, so I took my phone out to take the picture, and he's like in the voice, he's like, your mesh is kind of getting a little heavy, and I'm like, yes, that was great. Yes, the Merida was really cute. Yeah, I died. But I guess that's most of the ones that really stood out, and like you said, the Barnaby one was really cool.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, I love the look of Tiger and Bunny. I just couldn't get into the series. Maybe I'll try it again later.
Me too.
All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is highlights and lowlights of the con. What was the highlight of your weekend, and what was the lowest point of the weekend? I know what your highlight was.
You do?
Yeah.
What was it?
Maid Cafe.
The burlesque show totally.
It was, you know what it is? It's either the Maid Cafe or the burlesque show.
Okay.
Because those two were, and the gentleman's, they were all so good. Like, those three things were like the best things. The low part of it is what I ranted about before. The webcomic. I want to go see that webcomic panel, and they screwed it up. Sorry, you did. And I'm a little annoyed about it. I mean, there was just a lot of the organization was kind of meh. So, I mean, maybe it's not your fault. I don't know. Maybe it's that guide app's fault. But, I mean, they should have been just a little more clearer, you know. I guess I can't really be, like, all, like, high expectations. This is only my second one in, like, 6 years. But, you know, that was probably the low point. But other than that, I think I had a really good time, actually.
Okay.
Okay. High point for me. The burlesque show is always a high point for me. I really do enjoy it, and I've gotten to know the troupe, so it's really nice to see them perform. But there was that, and I did enjoy Anime Parliament with the Sharknado and Disney thing. That was really good. And that Merida. Seriously? I'm not kidding. That Merida was a high point of the con for me.
Did steal my heart.
She killed me. But the low points, like you were saying, just the amount of disorganization this year was...
And not organization.
And not...
Disorganization
Yeah,
13.
yeah, no. We love Disorganization 13. The disorganization of the convention. It was just really, really disappointing. You know, things were in real time, but not in real time, and then things happened, and then we time traveled, and then things didn't happen, and it was like...
All over the place.
I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't know what to do, because it is what it is. I like the venue. They really need to get their stuff together over here, because I mean, there's no reason for a half of the disorganization that there was. We didn't talk about Travis.
We'll talk about it.
I did enjoy. That was another high point, though. Our interview with Travis and Laura.
Yep.
They were wonderful.
I'll talk about them in next.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah. High point was seeing Ernie in the rave shake it. You know what I'm talking about, baby. You know what I'm talking about. But that was great. I was like, yeah, Ernie, you broke it down. Like, it didn't even face him. Seeing you guys, obviously, every con is a high point of my life.
He's just saying it because he's on camera.
No, I always say that to you guys. You know, low point, no captain. That's what that is. Honestly, the low point, I'll start low points. I'm trying to think of the best points. I've had a good time. I've always had it besides a B, apparently. I've had a good time. The low point, this organization was pretty bad. Ooh.
That was a bumblebee.
Okay.
And the rave, it kind of stung a little bit there. I was like, man, you guys, you know, I would always say, hey, AUSA rave's always good. And this year, it just wasn't good. And I went to Otacon's burlesque show, and it was okay. And I was like, and they said they're gonna be the same people coming back, and apparently it wasn't the same people coming back. And now I really regret not going to the burlesque show. Well, thanks. You know what? You should have been like, you know what? I don't care anymore. I'm good. No, and then the high point would be that I actually got to be able to spend some extra money than I typically don't do. And there was less stuff, because I always come to cons, like you said, I say that, I see that, I've seen that. And I got to go home with a lot of cool stuff this time, and there's some subtly shown hat. Yeah.
I think this summary we can safely say is that everyone had a great time. Just the disorganization was what it was.
I unfortunately didn't have the problem with the panels like you guys did, because most of my panels, most of the time, you know, oh, I'm going to go to this, and this. No, I'm not going to go. No, I'm not going to go. That was my problem this weekend. But I also, because I felt like crap the first day.
That was your low point, was that you were...
Yeah, but that's not really the con's fault. But I really didn't have personally have a low point. I know you guys had problems with the organization. I did see it. One of my panels, it was hard figuring it out where it was, but we eventually did find it. That was pretty much that. I didn't really have a high point. Like, of course, I was looking forward to seeing you because I only see you once, maybe twice a year. Without going, since I don't go to Otakon, if I didn't come here to this weekend, I would have only shown you at Katsucon. So I guess that, I hate to say it, but that is my high point. I got to see you guys.
So cute.
I got to see you guys.
That's like, I'm telling you, man.
Sam said, I forgot to mention it. We did get an interview. We originally put in for Travis Willingham. We got it. And then as we're walking in, we went a few minutes early to set up, and they told us they had to cut a couple minutes. We only got a 15-minute interview instead of 30. That's fine. I didn't have 30 minutes worth of questions.
Anyways, yeah.
But we also got Laura Bailey to compensate for that, and I'm like, that's fine. The two of them were great together. It was a lot of fun with them doing you saw the intro to the show. We died when they did that.
That was.
We
were sitting there. We're like, Ernie, you're not even recording another one because you're using this.
Ernie actually said, "Oh, now you want to do the real one?" And all three of us went, "No, you're using that." So thank you, Laura and Travis. That was great. You made our day.
I got their autographs too. She made my day because she did Kid Trunk's voice. And
Yay!
Kid Trunks is the man.
Yes.
Yep.
Even though he's 7 years old.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Yes. All right. We've come to that point. Ratings.
Right.
1 being awesome. One scale of 1 to 10. 1 being awesome. Horrible. Awesomely horrible. No. Horrible. And then 10 being awesome. And why? Who do I want to go to first?
He's ready.
He's ready.
I'll start down.
Okay.
It's like a 7.8, 9. It's not quite 7. It's not 7.5, but it's not quite 8. But it's just so close to being 8. Good people. It seemed like they lacked a lot of stuff too. Like a lot of people just didn't show up. But like I said, strong dealer's room, strong artist alley, nice cosplayers, nice place to walk around. Very simple. You know what? Even like the panels were an issue. I tried to go to a few and I got lost a couple times. But just walking around and going around the other places, it wasn't a big maze. It was like go right and go left, and that was it. I was like, oh well, look at that. That's problem solved. It was easy to maneuver, besides the panels, of course, because there's different rooms in the building. But yeah, it was. I'm gonna go home and go. I had a great time.
It wasn't perfect.
Oh no, I haven't had a perfect con in a couple years, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like I'm gonna go home and go. I had a great time.
Next year, don't worry.
Oh, yay! Finally.
You want me to go? Okay. Based on the overall experience, I would give it. You know what? I'm gonna give it a solid 8. I did have a really good time. I enjoyed seeing all the people I don't normally get to see. When I hung out with them, it was great. Dealer's room was decent. I wouldn't say it was super strong, but it was decent. Artist alley was very strong though.
I said strong.
You said strong.
I said both were strong. I didn't say super strong.
Yeah, no, but I think Artist Alley was actually very strong, and that kind of did it for me. And that's again where all my money went, other than like 1 or 2 pieces from the dealer's room that I was just like, all right, fine. And they were from the area. Yeah. Good cosplays, hands down. Good places to eat around here. Outside of the convention center, there's that whole strip of restaurants. So I'm like, oh, good. I don't have to get raped for
What a novel
food,
idea.
Basically, I know, right?
Even the bar in here was like okay-ish. I was like, all right, whatever. It's a drink. It's a bar. But yeah, no, it was a solid 8 for me. It definitely wasn't a 9 because of the organization killed it. That's what killed it for me.
Good.
At the con. It was just like, that's what knocked it down at least 2 points, but everything else kind of, there was more pros than cons, I will say that.
Okay. Steven?
I'm gonna give it like a 7. Just because, well, like pretty much they all said, the artist alley was awesome. The dealer's room was pretty cool too, and the game room. I really loved the game room. And the reason why it's not the extra 3 points is because every panel I wanted to go to, it was somehow canceled, messed up, or whatever. But no, and not only that, but like the venue was really nice. All the cosplayers were really nice. No one was like rude. I don't know. I thought it was cool.
There was only one group of 12.
Yeah, I mean everyone was really cool. So I mean I had a really, really good time. Like definitely, like you said, like I will be going home saying I had a great time. So it was just the organization was meh, but that's it.
Okay. I'm gonna give it an 8. Like you guys said, great venue. The location to the food and all that was great. The cosplayers, like I said, the quality. As I've noticed over the years, cosplay quality has just gone up. Nobody really does, pardon my language, cosplays. Everyone puts their heart into their cosplays, whether it's self-made or they put the time into making the money to get a custom or a commission cosplay.
I make some of my own. I make my own props. I don't make clothes. I can't sew very depressingly. But you know what? I have never had a problem if somebody went out and bought most of their costume and made a few things. That does not make you not a cosplayer. It just means you made the work to get it still.
Yeah.
I agree.
Well, also what it is a lot of the times when you commission cosplays, you go to like the artists, like an artist alley, and they're the ones to me that's still homemade, because an artist like on Etsy.com or something like that, those people made it, and that still to me is homemade. Yeah. So it's still, I'd say, worth it.
Yours.
Yes, but it's not industry. It's not manufactured.
And a lot of the artists that do the commissions, they want your input.
Yeah.
So they want it, like, especially if you want something specifically done, like say
detail work.
Yeah, like detail work, or if you're doing some type of combination thing, just be like, you still put your heart into it.
Yeah.
And I think that just because you're exchanging money for it shouldn't make a difference.
But my only problem was like me being sick this weekend did not, obviously it didn't help me with the con, but it's like I'm not gonna, our whole hotel room smelled like menthol and Vicks.
I felt like it was at a hospital.
Well, I didn't have bad breath.
Yes, no.
Didn't have bad breath, and I didn't have con funk.
I took like 5 showers this time.
Oh yeah.
Between cosplays, so I am a very clean human being.
So yeah, I think it was most like you said, the disorganization. Even though I wasn't directly affected, I saw it, and that makes a deal. And also, for just some reason, it just wasn't that woo for me this weekend. Like, I mostly enjoy just having fun with you guys and watching the cosplayers, and literally, like I said, spending all my money in the artist alley, and just going, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that, ooh, look at that.
Pretty much.
ADOLAT. Attention deficit.
Look at that. It looks shiny.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, attention to that. Look at that. Oh, and I killed my throat.
Oh, yeah. You alright?
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Take this away.
Yeah, and Ernie's gonna be sent. Is like gonna disinfect this when he gets home.
I know, right? I'm not gonna get sick at all.
So the average is 7.7. Thank God it's not one of those .333s.
3.
All right. Sorry.
What's next is?
Yeah. All right. Next. Last question. Will you guys be coming back? Start over here.
Get at it, Steve.
If I'm in America, yeah, I'll come back.
Dustin.
Never.
I know you don't come here at all every year or anything.
I'm joking. I love this place. Yeah, now I'm coming back. I'm hoping that they move the time back. That bothered the crap out of me. But I'm here, obviously. So I hope, I hope time's back. But I'm definitely coming back. Never had a big problem, and like I said, I gave it a 7.8. So there's gotta be some reason for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna come back. Why wouldn't I come back? I love this convention. Hopefully I'll be coming back next year and not 15? Yeah, so I don't want to keep up my every other year skip of this con. It really ticks me off. But I think the whole reason why it was so empty this year was because of the time, now that you said it. Because it's September, kids just started going back to school, other people are just going back to work. And if it was in November, closer to Thanksgiving,
Things would have been a little different.
things would have been different.
And close to Otakon too. I think if you live in the area and you go to those cons, close to Otakon kind of mess you up. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like me and Ernie, who literally last weekend, 2 weeks ago, was Dragon Con. I'm not sure if I'd come back. This was kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, let me give it a shot. It didn't hold up to the expectations that I had from you, Ernie, and Chris from 2 years ago.
Yeah, man,
it didn't hold that
That place had it all, man.
Yeah.
Ernie and Captain ripped that place apart. We had so much fun.
We had a great time.
So yeah, it didn't hold up to that expectation for me. So I'm not sure if it's not like on top of Dragon Con again if it's in November, like the first or second weekend. Maybe I'll go next year. It's just this was a little pain for me. All my coworkers like, you're leaving again, especially since we had problems at work. But maybe I'll come back next year.
I'm starting a new job on Monday. Tomorrow.
What about you, Ernie? Yes, no?
Maybe. All right, maybe Ernie.
We'll see.
Cool. He didn't say anything. I had to ask him.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Are we good?
That's Anime USA. If you want to leave us any comments down below, please do. How did you feel about the con? Highlights, lowlights, what you think they need work on. If you want more coverage from us, obviously, fanspov.com. Follow us on Twitter at thefanspov. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/thefanspov. YouTube, depending on where you watch the wrap-up show, it's youtube.com/fanspov1. I think we're also on Tumblr, we're on DeviantArt.
We're on all the things.
The Fans POV.
Not me.
The next time you will see us, well, the show, you won't see us. The show will be Otakon Vegas, January 3rd to the 5th. John's going to cover that. So that should be interesting. So that means you won't see us again until 2014. Wow, the year's almost over. Woo! So from the Fans POV at Anime USA 2013, I'm Krissy Lawler. Thanks to Steven, Sam, and always Dustin. Pleasure. We will see you guys later. Bye!
My best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right. Leave no stone unturned, leave your fears behind, and try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest ride. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. If today was your last day, against the grain should be a way of life. What's worth the prize is always worth the fight. Every second counts, 'cause there's no second try. So live like I've never lived it twice. Don't take the free ride in your own life. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And would you call those friends you never seen? Reminisce on memories. Would you forgive your enemies? And would you find that one degree that us where up and down the God of love, that you finally fall in love? If today was your last day, if today was your last day, would you make your mark by mending a broken heart? You know it's never too late to shoot for the stars, regardless of who you are. So do whatever it takes, 'cause you can't rewind a moment in this life. Let nothing stand in your way, 'cause the hands of time are never on your side. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Or would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And what you call those friends you never see? Reminisce on memories. Would you forget